this way. All right, we're gonna check out Sydney Watson's video on. I think this is the Charlie Kirk stuff, and then we'll go into Shoe on Head's Charlie Kirk because he just made it today, or at least she posted it today. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to Hell. I
Yeah,
want to start
yes,
off by
Hell is
saying that
great.
I am
I love Hell.
sorry I didn't make a video about this a little bit sooner. Truth be told,
Actually,
I
well, I
needed
mean,
some
we've been
time
in Hell
to
for a
kind of
while now, so
download
it's
what
like,
has happened in the last week.
it's just
And
it's
I have
more
struggled quite a lot
hellish
to
for more
both
people.
write this video because I feel like I really lack the words to describe what I'm feeling and how this has impacted me, but I also cry every time I try to film, and that's not very helpful. So if I cry, I am sorry. It's why I put on less makeup today.
As one
And
does.
you know, I'm jet lagged because I was just on a family holiday and found out the news of Charlie's death on September 11, which felt like a really bad omen. And I was getting a flight that day, so it wasn't good. I'm sorry if this is slightly incoherent. I am tired. Those of you who've been here for a long time know that I love making fun content. I love making you guys laugh, and I like giving you a bit of a brain break from all of the doom and gloom that goes on basically every day.
Oh no, fun content. There's no such thing as fun.
Like in the last
We do
while,
all the
I can't
content.
keep uploading that kind of content to this channel without
the doom
talking
and gloom.
about Charlie Kirk's
The fun
death
content,
and all
we do
of
all
the
of it. I don't give a
evil,
fuck.
vile stuff that's happened over the last
Hell is here
7
already.
days. I didn't know Charlie personally, and if I'm being honest, I never really listened to his interviews or his podcast or the videos that he made. But in spite of that, I find myself profoundly affected by his loss. Oh my god, Sydney, we're like a minute in. And that feels a little bit bizarre to say about somebody that I don't know and have never met. And yet, I really lack the words to articulate why this is so painful and why this has hit so hard. Over the years, when other figures have been attacked, I've definitely felt sympathy for them and for their families.
Is it because he speaks
it has never
his
left
mind?
any meaningful,
especially
lasting impact
especially
on
on
me emotionally.
socio-political
This,
topics?
on the other hand, has wrecked me. I watch videos of Charlie's wife Erica
because he might have been religious,
I watch
or he was a family man.
His body being transported from the hospital.
And
I cry.
He had a wife
I watch
and
responses
he had
from
2
the people
kids.
who knew him, and I cry. And you know, I have friends who were colleagues of his. One of my dear friends was a colleague, and you know, she texted me the other day saying that she had a dream that I passed away because she's traumatized from this and just wanted to know that I was okay and wanted to jump on the phone. And I don't know, there's something uniquely horrific about this. There's just something uniquely horrific about that. I talk to my non-political friends about this, and I find myself getting extremely choked up basically every time. And people who know me personally would testify to the fact that I am a true Cancerian in the sense that I get emotional over puppies and babies and sad movies, but things like this don't make me cry at all. And I think that's why this situation has me just wondering what's so different about this? What's so different here? The pain here, at least in my opinion, is about more than the fact that this was needless, which it was. Charlie Kirk did not need to die. There was no need for this to happen. I think it's about the fact that for everything that I can see, he was a genuinely good person. And he was a genuinely good man and a good father and a good husband, and he really, really wanted the best for the United States. It's about the fact that his little family, his little people, are going to grow up without a dad, and his wife, Erica, has lost her person, and for what? Because the guy had a bunch of opinions that differ from a portion of the population in this country.
Correct.
That was his crime. That's what he did that was so wrong, that determined that he shouldn't live anymore. And now a bunch of people go on the internet and effectively dance on his grave.
Hey, we've come full circle ever since the Greek Roman philosophers. Yes, they were hanged for their ideology.
Passing, and your initial response is to laugh and to jeer and to celebrate and to say that someone needs to take out his wife and children too. And again, and for what? Because the guy had a different opinion to you. And, you know, I've thought about this a lot. How would I react now if somebody that I didn't like on the left politically, if something horrible happened to them, and I wouldn't celebrate, even if I really, really, really disliked them, and even if there was a part of me that felt some type of way, I would never, ever say these things on the internet or celebrate this type of thing. I would say nothing, or I would find it in my soul to express sadness and sympathy for that person and their family, because I think that's the normal thing to do. One of the
I will
reasons that
only
I think
give it
this is
if
so raw is
they
because
deserve it.
Charlie's death came on the back of, or I guess
Right.
was another layer to this nightmare.
I'm more
that we're living in,
selective
where only a
on
few
who
days
deserves
earlier,
it.
all of us had watched this horrific, horrible video of this poor woman being stabbed to death in the neck by a lunatic.
Oh, talking
and
about
then
Irina now.
Watching her fall on the floor of a train car to bleed out, where
Correct.
people around her were just standing around, not helping, not
I
doing
mean,
anything.
it happened
takes a guy
pretty
from
quick.
the other end of the train,
Oh.
presumably running up to do something finally.
Also, if there was
there's,
no,
you know, there's all the
if there was
stills
like
of
no
her
medical
looking
people
up,
there, like
horrified,
at that moment in time, she wasn't
crying
gonna
into
make
her
it.
hands, and
Unfortunately, just the
I don't know
way
about the rest of
everything that
you, but
happened.
watching that video,
If there was no medical
ignited,
people there at that
like,
time
a
to
rage in me that sent me to Jupiter,
fix the situation
because what period of
immediately,
time
there
are we
was
living in
no
where
helping
this
that.
happens on public transportation in broad daylight, and
Yeah, it was
nobody
in broad
does anything?
daylight, yeah.
I'm just so sick.
Also,
for her family
someone who
too,
was
and
released
just this
for
sense of,
right
I just have
13
this sense
plus
of
times.
rage towards women being unsafe
Well, that's another
out in
thing.
the world, people being unsafe out in the world, just trying to exist, and how we are failing one another so spectacularly. Then
Correct.
only a few days later, we
Yeah,
get
you
to
can
see
thank
Charlie
our
Kirk
fucking
shot
judges and our
killed
court system for that too.
mid-sentence with the mic
And our
still in his
politicians.
hand in front of a crowd of people.
That just
How
let these fucking
traumatizing.
crazies out.
Because some people decided that his words were worth killing for. As
Correct.
much as there's this part of me that wants to say, don't look away, because I do think to some extent that if we get to witness the depravity that's taking place.
Oh, I've seen a lot of
around not just
depravity.
the country,
Have you
but the
seen
world
body?
regularly,
Have you seen
maybe
body
we'll get
cameras of
mad
some
enough to
fucked
do
up
something
right
about
police
it, but
body
then the other
cams of
part
fucked up
me
shit?
really
Oh yeah.
feels like we
There's a
probably
lot of
shouldn't have
depravity
seen
out in
people
this
get
fucking
murdered in
world.
4K. So yeah, I feel really hollowed out. And I think it's compounded by the fact that over the last couple of days, people have been going to vigils and kicking them down.
I'm someone who had to
and
look at like
destroying
medical stuff a
memorials
lot,
and
so
going after people who are mourning.
I had to look at
and
fucking
spreading horrible
right,
lies
mutilated
about this
body
person
parts
when he's not
sometimes.
here to defend himself.
Just,
and I'm not trying to be soft and
looking
cry
at
my
fucking,
whole way through this video,
medical
although
fields.
I knew I was gonna cry because I just
like, yeah.
I can't.
mean,
talk
yeah, you
about
get
this and engage in this
desensitized after a while.
without doing that. So I am sorry. But I just like my heart can't take it. For, like I said, there's a multitude of reasons. I'm probably not articulating myself terribly well. It is odd. It's odd to sit here and try to say all of this. But since all of this happened, I have consumed a lot of Charlie Kirk content finally, and come to find out that I think I would have really liked him. I think we would have gotten along really well, actually, despite the fact that we absolutely don't agree on everything. But I
mean, he was a fine guy.
I think he must
was
have been
super
a
religious,
really,
not
really great
not something
person.
I'm.
He wasn't, and he's not this
I'm
monster
into.
that the left is
Yeah,
trying
he
to
was
paint
fine.
him as. And maybe that's why this is so hard, because he was one of the few people who was genuinely trying to reach across the aisle and actually have
Yes, he
meaningful
was.
dialogue. And if you watch videos
was
of him
debating
talking to
people in
college
open
campuses,
dialogue.
he's so respectful of them. And he tries to meet them where they're at, and I think so few people actually do that. He didn't try to meet people with mockery or with insults, but like with actual genuine kindness and understanding.
Well, I mean, he tried to, right?
There's just so little of that, I think, in the world.
Argue
at the
for his
moment.
position.
And
Good.
apparently that once again is worth killing someone over. As an person, as in, I don't know, YouTube, as a commentator, if we want to call me that. I do feel unsafe for the first time ever. And that is a very odd feeling. I don't like it. I feel very rattled by that. And bizarrely, one of my girlfriends, who's also in media, said to me the other day that maybe it's a thing that we just have to accept now, that if you are talking about specific issues on the internet, you have to accept that there's a target on your back. And even
Correct.
now, that still feels insane to me. That sounds like such a jarring, insane statement. And I'm sure she's right. I just don't
I mean,
want that to be the
I,
case. You know, until this point.
it's not insane because remember back, right? Like I said, I'm gonna keep bringing this up. But people were getting canceled for far less, right? I mean, just look at what happened before Elon Musk was bought Twitter, right? Right, there were Republicans getting canceled on the right side just for speaking their. Even there, versus the Democrats who were fucking wielding the DOJ like a fucking tool, right? Yeah, I mean, you look, when people are in political power or position to do such, they will fucking use it. Yeah.
Point, a lot of the ire, I guess, was directed at politicians and at CEOs and, you know, these people
Right,
who
they
run these
even
big
tried to
corporations
debank
that
Trump
are perceived
before
to be
he was
harming
president,
others or
right?
directly complicit
Or
in
the
the
whole
harm of
Hillary,
others.
right?
The ire was not
Obama.
directed meaningfully at those of us on the internet just sharing our ideas and talking about things. Or, of course, the people who go to university campuses with the intention of having conversations and poking holes in ideas and discussing things and
Yeah,
shining
pretty
a
much.
light on specific issues. And so I can't help but feel like it could
Charlie
have
Kirk was
been
pretty much the
any one of us. I feel
main
like that, you know,
guy
it
who
could
went
have been one
around
of my close
doing
friends.
debates at
And
colleges and universities.
it's awful. You know, a guy walks into a room full of
He was the
students, and
main
because
moderate
someone has
person to do that.
opinions, the wrong ones
At
in
least for
someone
the
else's
right
view,
conservative
he's
side.
gone. And this sense of security that I had has been very much ripped away. And so,
Well,
you know,
I mean,
and I promise I'm not just...
hey, when you live in a low trust society, what can you do, right?
I'm not trying to be dramatic or overly doom and gloom here. I think this is kind of
we don't live
where
in
I've landed on
a
the issue, and I'm
right. We
sorry
don't
if
live
it
in a high
comes
trust
across as a little bit
society like the
half-baked,
Asian
but, you know,
countries
at
kind of
least in
do.
my opinion, I think that
And even
a
then, they
screwed
still
up
have issues with
new
their high trust
reality, a
society,
new
right?
truth that we have to contend with is the fact that there's a portion of people who
Yeah.
don't just
I mean, people may
dislike
think the
us
U.S. is a high
and
trust society,
disagreeing.
but
They're so crazy and they're so
I mean, I guess you
unhinged
could say
that
it's
they
in
want
more of the middle
to
ground, whereas,
they
like,
want to
I
take
hate to say it,
tangible,
but you
lasting, forever action.
gotta look
And
over your
the
shoulder
psychotic
sometimes.
thing is that they gun for you for absolutely nothing, for so little, for a
Correct,
tweet
so
or a
little.
passing comment or stepping outside of the status quo. Charlie Kirk was just a guy.
Or to
He
kill
was a
you
guy
just
who
for
went
some
to
food
university
in a
campuses
fast
to
food
talk
restaurant.
to kids, talk to students, to reach across the aisle, to hear them out and potentially try to change their perspectives or offer them a new perspective. He wasn't some CEO of some grand entity that was
I mean,
hurting people.
he had a
wasn't
successful
politician trying
business
to dodge
going, right, with
accountability.
TPUSA.
He was just a guy. He was just like everybody else. And
Correct.
he was
an
trying to
entrepreneur.
make a difference in the best way that he knew how. And he was spirited and he was articulate and he was trying to make sense of this weird world that we live in, and now he's dead. He was a guy with a family, 2 little kids, trying to build a business, trying to be a good, great husband to his wife. And I think that's maybe the part of this that guts me most. Like I said, I've watched a lot of Charlie Kirk videos over the last couple days, and I am sad that I didn't pay better attention when he was here. Because I do think that he had something pretty cool to offer the world. And I don't just say that,
I've watched some videos in the past.
And,
It's
you guys
just
know
I don't
me,
usually
I do
watch
not
his
like
content because
There's one last thing that I want to
he's
make
super
note of,
religious.
and it's the one
Like
that
I said.
I extra
So it's
don't
like,
know how to
yeah.
articulate.
When he
but I'm
starts
going to do
throwing
my
out
best,
Bible
and it
stuff,
relates
right,
to
doing
religion. I
doing
have
God's
been
work
a
and whatever,
lifelong
it's like,
atheist.
okay,
No,
yeah, good.
My little cherub, that's
Yeah.
not an invitation to try to
I'm good.
convert me.
Fun.
Thank you. I am okay. I have many a Christian in my personal life trying to achieve that end. Jokes aside, I have been a lifelong atheist or agnostic, if that if people feel better about that term, because I do have my own ideas about things and the world and all of it, and I've looked at religion, I've read the Bible, I've done these things. There's components to this that I don't find terribly compelling, and I think that's okay. Just in the same way that I think it's okay that people have belief, and I will back up people who have belief. But in saying that, I've also had a lot of
it's
really
good for you.
negative
Just don't try and
experiences
force
with
me to
cultural
fucking
Christians. And I say
like
cultural
do that
Christians
kind
because
of
I think these are the people who use Christianity as a skin. They wear it as a skin. They use it as a shield to protect
you got
themselves
the
from criticism.
televangelist,
But
right?
really, when you strip that all away, I don't think that they are doing
bring
things
up that guy's
are
picture?
emblematic of
Fucking crazy
true
person.
Christianity. And up until very recently, up until I started really sort of consuming Charlie's content and listening to the way that he talks about his Christianity, I don't know how to articulate this. It's like, I get it. Like, Charlie's version of Christianity is the one that people really need to hear, because in my experience, I have been insulted and berated and degraded and called all sorts of names and accused of all sorts of things because I don't subscribe to any particular ideology.
Right. You don't want this kind of Christianity,
like
okay?
It's not forceful, it's fierce, but it's not forceful in the way that other people
you don't want this kind of
promoting
Christianity. It's
their
bad
beliefs
Christianity.
and ideologies. And
This
I think
this
that
Christianity
it makes it so
is
much more
like a
accessible to
satanic
people
work.
who've either
Literally.
been burned by religion, or
want
people
this
like
shit.
me who are like, meh, it's not for me. I think he genuinely cared. And he genuinely wanted the best for others. Again,
I'm just gonna leave
that
up there.
Any of this,
you don't want that shit,
even the way
that's
that
for
he
sure.
spoke about his wife Erica and she about him, like their adoration for one another. And all of this, if that kind of relationship is biblical, it's one I can get behind. So I get why disaffected Christians want to go to church now, and why a lot of them, over the weekend, or, this last Sunday pass,
even before
said,
Charlie Kirk, right? People were already trying to turn to religion just because of
and I get why a bunch of
the
atheists or people
current
who are
events that
agnostic
have been
or who
happening.
aren't super sure did the
Especially
same
with
thing
the
and said,
war
I'm gonna go to
effort
church
and
because
all the
bloodshed
and shit, right?
I get it. I really get it. Anyway, I know that I'm just another person expressing ideas about this and about a person that I didn't have the privilege of knowing. But I felt like I needed to say something before we could continue on with our regularly scheduled programming. Because this is wrong. This whole thing is wrong. And this shouldn't have happened.
Well, you should tell that to these kinds of people.
This shouldn't happen again. Charlie Kirk should not be gone. He should have had the opportunity to watch his kids grow up.
Like, who the fuck does this kind of shit?
Grow
like, what
old
is
and
this?
die at like 100. When we're all probably plugged into the Matrix, and eating.
Also, tell it to these kind of people.
Or whatever.
Like what?
That's how it should have played out. He should have been able to grow old.
Or tell it to these kinds of people that do this kind of shit.
That made the country better.
Right?
So
fucking
I just feel
Caitlin Collins, dumb bitch.
Loss. I hope I've done a decent job articulating why.
Or tell this bitch to knock it off, right?
Because
she's a dumb bitch.
But I just can't help but feel utterly heartbroken. And so
she's a dumb bitch too. She's part of the problem, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Right, these people are part of the. Right, all these people that I'm kind of showing, yeah, they're part of the problem.
And I'm sorry.
Right, this dumb bitch. This dumb bitch, right? They're part of the problem.
And if we can,
even this retard right here with this gooning, he's part of the problem too.
Maybe this will spark some change, and maybe this will be a crowning moment. In what direction or in what way, I don't know, but I do hope that something positive can come out of this, because I actually think that's really what Charlie would have wanted based on the things that he said. Although I'm not religious, I do genuinely hope that there is a God in these situations, so that the people who really believe. All right,
I'm still under the oppression.
I think that's
there is no God,
comforting.
only man.
And I think if there is a deity out there, I think he would have been like, "All right, kid, let's go do some cool stuff."
We move with our own 2 feet and hands.
I'm definitely not.
I mean, God may watch over, but he's not making our fucking hands and feet moving.
Because I know I'm angry, and I know that I have a lot of really complex feelings around this, and I'm sure all of you do too. But I just, I want to let you
That's
know
just
that
the
we
way I
all
see
are,
it.
we're in this together as we always are. And I have so much love for this community and so much love for hopefully the positive direction that hopefully we can go in going forward. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope that all of you stay safe and well, because that's so important. And cuddle your loved ones. Cuddle them for me. Go cuddle your dog for me, actually, or your cat, or your tortoise.
Yeah, we need to fix this
I
situation too.
probably will
That's
make
the
other
other
videos about
issue.
this issue
Right,
too,
you got
because
this kind of issue, and then
I
you
have so
got
much
this
to
kind of
say
issue.
about a couple different
So
components to
we
it.
got a lot
So
of issues that
I'll
need a
try not to be
fixing.
too doom
So
and gloom,
until we
but
fix those issues, we're
yeah.
not gonna have our
These are awkward to end out. So I will say, I love you guys.
our
I love
unity
all of
in
you
a
a
sense.
lot, and I'm really grateful to
There's
have
too
this
many
community.
anti-opposition
And
groups who want to follow
I
the
will
mayor.
see your wonderful little stinker faces in the next video.
I hate to say it, but too many anti-groups. If these anti-groups can just knock it off and just, calm the fuck down, because they're living off our fucking land. And fuck you. Anyways, there you have it, Sydney Watson. Yeah, I don't disagree with her, right? I mean, Charlie Kirk is Charlie Kirk. Let's see, Chew on Head's video.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere, he was shot dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife, and his 2 children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark,
I hate to
disturbing
say it, but our country has never been in the last like 30, ever since I've been probably dead, right, not been alive. There has not been unity ever since.
Be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors.
Right, you can say even the 19, right, even
murder,
in the
I was crashing
60s
out on Twitter a few days ago, just
70s, there was really never any unity.
And everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same
yeah, we
way.
may vote.
So we are going to talk about what happened
in majority
to
say
aftermath,
yeah, sure.
And then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the
United
exact
States
same
isn't
way,
completely
so
united,
we're going to talk
unfortunately.
about it after we talk about everything else. Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate
Charlie
to.
Kirk was just
like,
a
the
normal
average person
guy
is
who
just
was
so
just
far removed from
putting
that world.
his
But
opinions
I think what happened
out
to Charlie
in the
is
open.
hitting differently because, like I said on
And
Twitter,
he wanted people to contest his ideas, and
podcaster.
he wanted
He
to
was a guy
contest
who
other
talked
people's
about
ideas.
politics. He was a
He
guy
was just a
who
normal
had
guy.
conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or
Moderate
a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like, for example,
just not understanding the political spectrum, whether it's the left or the right. Because there is a wide variety in the spectrum.
People posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots.
The stoning gays thing, that's not what he actually fucking said.
The two most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered
and the black, right? The black thing was not even what he said either. Right? Those things, those two things he said were taken out of context.
They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this. Oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away.
Yeah,
this is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of speech here. So after detaining not just one wrong guy, but two wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too fucking busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this ass demon, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit
I hate to say it, but there's a lot of
memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch,"
in the
notices
in the words of the Pope.
Capital O-W-O.
Yeah, they said
What's
this too.
Question mark.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes. And I have no fucking idea where that came from.
Either. I don't. Yeah, people were just trying to make up conspiracy theories.
And it doesn't make sense because
I guess because people really hate Nick Fuentes for some reason. Also, Nick Fuentes has criticized Charlie Kirk before, so that's probably why too.
Meme from 2012. And they also found a separate meme of Pepe
but
the
I mean,
Frog
Nick
like
Fuentes is literally in the same spectrum.
Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like
because
seeing
he's
a photo of
he's
the
conservative too,
like
but
Nick
Fuentes is more
more
radical,
dressed like a clown, and then being like groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the
either that or just
and therefore the
blatantly misusing memes to
we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving. But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shu here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
Yeah, we already saw a lot of these.
She deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro.
Actually, we didn't see these. We didn't see these TikToks and Instagrams. The reason I'm smiling. We saw some of the Twitter ones.
Nothing to do with I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good
notice
beer
how
on
all
bitches.
of these people got some issues.
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
Like some of them got like nose rings.
Ever feel
some
bad
of them
when
are
bad
just
people
like
get what the fuck
all
they
white
deserve.
people,
You heard that someone
right?
shot Charlie Kirk? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear
Most
this
of them
today,
are
but
women
that's how you
too.
pick up a woman.
That's a crazy thing. Alright, there's the occasional like guy or two, but it's right. Seems mostly women.
Heard someone got
Remember
shot today.
this incident? Where this troon fucking took out a gun and pointed it at a journalist?
Is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political
Yeah,
assassinations.
that's a crazy
I don't
person.
feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and
So you're not.
I don't really give a shit.
Notice how none of these people are for free speech because they're just cheering on the death of someone like this. It's like, what the fuck?
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few.
I mean, this is what your guys' transportation guy was
that are
about.
like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Oh, okay, he's bad. I don't know how Charlie Kirk is a bad person.
I saw the video before they even put out
Wait, so are
confirmation.
these
There
people
was
bad
no
people?
chance that he made it through that.
I'm confused.
This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but
Who's
a welcome
considered
surprise
bad
nonetheless.
people?
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And
Oh,
I'm
no, yeah, we've
surprised
seen
that
this.
You guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let
Actually,
him
I don't
be
think
the
I
end
showed
all.
this one on
Get
stream.
rid of them all.
I didn't
His
show a
wife
lot of these.
deserves to go
I didn't
too.
show a lot of
People
these
talk
on
about his
stream.
wife and kids. They need to go too
All the
because they're
TikTok.
carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well,
Why
we
did
saw
you guys
some of
stop
it.
with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people
Correct, a
posting with their
lot.
full names
They're-
and faces.
they're
with
all over the
hundreds
fucking
and thousands
platform.
of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This
yeah.
wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue
Or
hair
assaulting people.
SJWs or whatever. They were teachers,
See, this is why
professors,
I don't believe
doctors,
in
HR
right
workers,
fucking
healthcare workers,
religion.
nurses, pediatricians, people who
There is
work
no
with
God.
kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying
Correct.
video of Charlie's
Yeah, it was like
murder.
yeah, it was yeah, I read a news article where I don't know if this one's the same one, but they basically showed a classroom full of 10 to 11-year-olds. Right, Charlie Kirk's. Fuck.
Repeat. The hippy dippy in this house
I don't
we
know if it's
believe
the same. It
shit-lit
could be the
mask
same
was
one.
ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have
Oh,
seen
yeah.
people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember
Sociopathic
Heather Heyer
nature,
in
right?
2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming
I mean, they
together
did
to
this too,
disavow and
remember?
mock the few
Right?
dozen people
Yeah,
from
they were
Stormfront
putting this
who
out
were
on
celebrating his
campuses.
death. This is different. It's never been like this before.
Or,
It's
I
never been
forgot
this
which
much.
campus
It's
they
never
were
been
putting
this
this around.
brazen. Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these
Correct.
people are out here full face, full name, like hell yeah, murder.
Oh yeah.
What?
They're like
smug,
doxing
unearned
themselves and
confidence
shit.
these people
Yeah.
have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face because
Correct.
they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history.
Oh yeah, they even tried to blame
will blame you for
Shapiro's
your death
house
because
fire
words
from
are
some
violence.
fucking
Words are
crazy on the
violence, so them
Republicans
killing
too,
you is just
like on Trump and
self-defense.
shit.
That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse
And
as some
Shapiro's
kind
a
of gotcha.
Democrat.
Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't.
Yeah,
see the
they even
difference
tried to
between
blame
killing someone
Dan
for speech
Bolt,
and killing
right,
someone for
Vance Bolter,
self-defense, because
as
these
some
are the
kind of
same things
Republican
to
who
them.
caused
Also, I'm
who
going
caused
to be the
it.
one to
It's
point
like
it out
what?
because of course I am.
No, the
I said
dude's a
nobody else do
fucking
it.
crazy. You know,
Why are
Democrats
most of
can
them
fucking
women?
own guns
Most of
too,
the people
right?
celebrating are women. Like it's a good like 80-20 ratio all over the internet.
Well, what
is
about
going
this
on,
guy?
ladies?
This guy was a
Basically, the whole
Democrat,
country
that's
is
for
shook
sure.
Because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president.
Abbott
and
and
this year they
Preach trying to
realized how many
blame
people would
like
celebrate the murder of
all the
them.
problems on
At the end
Trump
of the day,
as
this
well.
is all the
It's like, dude,
inevitable
get the fuck
conclusion
outta
of the punch a Nazi thing from like 2017. Do you guys remember that? We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Except
Dan
you've called everyone
Goldman.
and
It
their
says,
mother a
yeah,
fascist
says
and a
the
Nazi
fucking
for the past,
paid
like,
out
15
fucking
years.
scumbag.
And I see a lot of progressives
like
in
Big
my
Pharma,
audience
like
Shoo, you're not like Charlie Kirk.
all those fucking
You're not a
shitty
fascist.
goddamn companies.
Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist,
Oh,
reactionary
shit, she got a-
for over the last few years. Would
got
you
a
like to
list.
see? I have been making this list since 2023. Let's go. Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking
You're a
slash
Bernie
criticizing
lover.
top feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro free
Sorry,
speech.
anyone who loves
Liberal,
Bernie, I'm
talking to
sorry,
people I
you're
disagree with,
lost.
Being friends with people I disagree with. Following
Okay.
people on Twitter I
I'm
disagree
kidding.
with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden. Criticizing the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I've
not
done a
being
lot of this.
attracted to feminine men. Not hating
Being
men
not
in
ugly.
general, criticizing
Oh,
Canada's
because,
MAID
yeah,
program,
well, I mean, she
not
is
taking
attractive.
The COVID vaccine, criticizing the FBI, criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class,
Oh, what's
saying
wrong with that?
based,
I don't
making
see
a
what's
joke
wrong with
about
that.
Joe Biden eating ice
There's a
cream,
lot of streamers
making
who
a
do
joke
that,
about
though.
Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis
Hey,
white,
look, it's better
telling
than
someone to
fucking
take a
marrying your
shower,
fucking
not
brother
being
or some
anti-gun,
shit on
not
paper
being
or
fat,
whatever.
being monogamous, liking Huey Long, celebrating
Oh,
the 4th of
shit.
July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie
Don't be
Cuties,
that
praising
bitch.
the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia, being against
What?
children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride,
What the
being
fuck?
against children performing at drag shows, not
I mean, I
being
guess when
racist,
you're okay with
swear
this,
to
I
God,
guess it's
being
okay.
a
I
class
don't know.
reductionist, saying
Right?
biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family,
I'm
eating
gonna
meat,
have to.
wanting
This
to get
sums up
married, wanting to
America.
have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if
This
someone
sums up
doesn't want to date a
America.
porn star,
Right here.
not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel,
she just said
criticizing bugs,
we just brought
criticizing a
this out
fashion
too.
company for
Hey.
being creepy. You'll remember that
Pre-watched.
one. Supporting nuclear
No, I
energy.
can't beat that. Oh, no, I'm not beating that.
Parentheses. It's
Then
toxic
pre-watch this, I swear.
masculinity, supporting TikTok trad wives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI.
I mean, at least you're
supporting
not this
farmers,
person,
supporting
right?
truckers,
What is a
not
woman?
celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other.
Or, I
and
mean, you
followed
could-
by
you
JD
could be
Vance on
like
Twitter,
this.
saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Yeah, liking
Charlie Kirk was a
VTubers
fucking
is pretty
Nazi.
toxic.
He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you
Yeah.
for celebrating the
See-
death of a
you see how
Nazi.
toxic these fucking
and actually,
people
it's
are?
pretty weird that you're
Holy
not,
shit.
and simultaneously
And just give
asking people to
give
have
them the
empathy
government stick.
for
Holy
the
shit.
Nazi.
Give them the
Nazis
stick.
have children and families, right? But Nazis
So
also
fucking
get
toxic.
shot.
Shit, I thought I
They
was
don't kill
toxic.
you
Holy
because
fuck.
you're a Nazi.
These people are way more
They call
toxic
you
than
a
I am.
Nazi so they can kill you. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been feeling the
Hey, I'm
exact
just
same
saying, get
way.
the government
So
to
I
fuck
will
them
try
up.
and put it into words for you. I
This
have
boy.
friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other
Right.
on Twitter. I've been
I
to
didn't- well,
the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021.
I didn't personally know the
actually
guy.
went
I don't know
there,
anyone from this
planning to make a
world.
video
I'm some
making
fucking
fun of it,
retard
but
on the
I had so
internet,
much fun
okay?
and
I'm a
met
no
so
one.
many friends that I'm still friends with
I
to this
just
day.
do my own thing.
So that
I don't
video
go to
never
these
happened.
fucking
I
stupid
disagreed with him
political
all the
events
time.
because
He
I
would
don't
literally
trust
go
them.
to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about like Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan.
Oh, for you.
But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single like lefty, liberal, left-wing person I know and like checking out what they have been saying about this. And besides maybe like 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or saying
Right.
some backhanded shit like, this is
Are we
why
talking
need
about, like,
gun
Destiny
control,
or a
which,
Hassan?
First of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not happening. I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean.
I mean,
was trying to,
this
like,
is what I
grasp
bring up
onto a
nowadays,
flotation
right?
device. Checking all of these accounts for their
Now we
take,
can
like,
add murder
be normal,
to
be
it.
normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently.
Oh,
Maybe I
yes.
was just blind.
The world
up
is
until
evil,
now.
yes.
Maybe
You should
they
know that
changed,
already.
Maybe I changed. Is everyone going crazy or
No,
am I
I
going
think
crazy?
it's because
I
you
know.
don't
All
see
I
the
know
world
is
as
it is
evil.
clear how they reacted to
There's
this
your-
is how
there's
they
your
would
fucking
react to
fault right
me,
there.
my family, my friends,
There's
you,
your
your
issue.
family, your friends that have ever
You
stepped
don't
out
think
of
that
line
people will
from the
do the
nebulous,
most heinous
ever-changing
shit
definition
possible
of progressive. These are people
your
I
lifetime,
thought
I
were
guess.
level-headed. They were left.
I don't know where
like,
Shu
they
is
were one of the good
personally on,
ones. Like, you can
on-
joke with them, you know, they weren't those like woke
on
SJWs,
seeing
like,
body
they were
cam
cool, we
footage
can
of people
disagree
being
and still be
fucking
friends.
absolute shitheads and
You know.
people doing disgusting things.
Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course. But if they would celebrate an exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions.
Oh yeah,
that
they
you
want a
have,
punching bag.
They would celebrate that clone being murdered.
Hey, I mean, this is the new. This
They're
is the
not your
new.
friend. I'm
This is
friends
where
with
we're
people
at.
who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken about this. Seeing them like this, and then at the same time my other friends posting shit like, "Rip Bozo."
I mean, this is where we're at, right?
It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally, I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you
I mean,
politically,
Hassan did
we don't
this.
have a
Remember that?
society. Like, that's
Right,
it.
I remember
It's
this.
over. But some of these people in
Yeah,
particular,
it's got his,
like,
it's
why
got
the
his picture
are
right there
you
too.
celebrating? You. They think you're a fucking Nazi too. They'll make a nice
Yeah.
compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread
Good
it
enough.
around to justify your murder. You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years.
I think
have
she
been
was talking about
harassed,
Hassan
doxxed,
right there, 'cause
threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11
his
years.
shit's floated
by
out
the
there
left.
of
And
him
it
just
hasn't
saying the
moved me an
most
inch,
heinous
because
shit
that's
possible.
not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on
And
your
then
side
he keeps
being mean to you
digging
doesn't
himself
mean
a hole
you
too, because he
overnight
keeps
change
saying
your
more
opinions
heinous shit.
on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic
Oh,
left
not only that,
opinions.
but he
I'm for
keeps
strong
slandering
social safety
people
nets,
too.
workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed.
I
This
get
is not me
almost in the
leaving
realm
left
of like
because,
he could
frankly,
be
I don't
caught
even
in a
know how to do
defamation
that.
lawsuit.
This is
literally.
me and many, many people looking
been
around
doxing
us
people,
at our
too.
so-called allies
Yeah, that
and
happened.
realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals. And are
Oh,
we
no.
really allies if we agree on,
Oh
like,
no, you do not have
taxes,
this right.
but don't
Everyone's
agree on the
morals are
sanctity
all
of
over the
human
fucking
life?
place.
I don't know. The way
I mean,
we
when you
view
got
death
when you
now
got
is
people like
just
this
crazy, and I feel like a lot of that has to do
pulling
with
out a
the
fucking gun in
sensitization
broad
and
daylight
art
over a
takes to the internet. You used to have
question,
to go out of your way
or
to
like you
see
have these
gore
people
and
who
stuff
go
like that, and now you're just
unhinged,
scrolling through Twitter,
right?
and you see someone
Immediately
set on
when
fire,
when
someone
they
gets
have a
stabbed on the
wellness
train.
check or some
And when
shit.
someone like
Yeah,
Charlie
no, dude.
dies, it's not even real to people
that's
anymore.
just
Like, it's
human-
like a
that-
movie
that's
or
just
show.
humans, man.
Oh, that character died? Good. I hated that character. Like, no, that was a real human being with a family and kids, actually. Like, that was someone's son.
I mean,
The internet has
do
turned
you
real
do all
people
these
into
people
nothing
not
but
have
cartoon
families
characters
too?
that disappear
Yet they
when you close an app. I
besmirch
remember
his
for years
name,
people would be like,
right?
oh, when you have kids,
They
you'll change
parade
your mind
around
on
his
X,
dead
Y, Z.
body.
And I was like, no,
Right,
no,
all
that's
these
not gonna
fucking
happen.
people.
No. And they were right. Almost
Yeah, fuck 'em.
overnight, you stop being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop having utopian fantasies of wanting to live in a post-capitalist
Right,
society.
all these
And all you
people,
want is
all
for the
these
world
people,
to
they
be
got
safe.
some fucked
For the
up
world to be
shit
safe
going
and
on with
normal.
them.
And all that matters is your family and your community, and then your country, and then the world, you know? But we can't save the world. You can't. But you can
Oh no,
save
you
the
can't
people
save this
around
person.
you.
This person's
You can't
lost.
say to these people who are celebrating this.
Oh yeah, you know who's back
You
there?
can't say,
Was that
what if
ABBA?
that was your
Or
dad
was that
or your
I forgot who
brother
that was.
getting killed
Preacher
for
ABBA,
their
I can't
opinions?
remember.
Because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife and young kids will not move these people at all. Because they hate their lives. They hate their families. They are atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society. And I
Correct.
feel bad for them. I do. I pity them and I wish I could help them.
Oh no, you can't
But I
help
have
these people.
bugman fatigue.
I don't think you
For the
want to
people
help
who will come
Hassan
at
or
me in a
Destiny,
blind
to
rage
be
with
honest.
a list of all
Because they
Charlie
already
Kirk's,
give you a
like,
bunch of hate, do they
biggest
not?
hits to convince me that I should hate him and should not mourn him. If you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated him. He was one of the
Correct.
few people left willing to do that, and now he's gone. Charlie was a fan of free speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be. Like, even from a
Well, I mean,
political
now they're trying to
standpoint,
target
not even
his
a
wife and
personal
kids,
human standpoint,
right?
why are you celebrating, like, the most popular college Gen Z political pundit dying? Like, why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not fixing this. I just hope for the sake of this country that political violence does not become normalized, does not become a thing.
Well, I mean, it's kind of
really don't wanna see that
normalized
happen. I
because
don't
of our
wanna see
politicians.
retaliation. I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know. This has all been
I
extremely
mean, is there not a
blackmailing.
civil
I think
war
I'm
of
gonna take a
ideas
break from
already happening
politics.
as we
I don't
speak?
know. I'm a YouTuber.
That has been
like, I'm not a
happening
political
ever
pundit,
since
right? I'm not.
I
my,
was
my
alive,
goal
or
here,
before I was
my purpose
alive.
here is to entertain, is to make people laugh.
There's
That
been
is
this
what I'm going to
constant
do.
back and forth of
That is
Democrats
what I
and
will continue to
Republicans
do.
trying to
The
fight
news
for the
cycle
House,
will move on.
the Senate,
The world will move
and the
on.
right presidency.
Charlie Kirk's kids won't move on. His daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have a dad anymore.
Correct.
And that fucking sucks.
They are now fatherless.
I don't know what else to say.
Because,
I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not
decided
like
to
this.
kill
They're
him.
actually nothing like this. They have music in the back. They're fun. They're goofy. Things are just not fun and goofy right now. But I promise you the next video will be. Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye.
Alright, and there you have it. And that is Shoe on Head, who now seems to be radicalized.
Many on the internet are calling for leftist streamers.
So now
Piper
let's
and
see
Destiny to be banned from their
Amala
respective platforms
Ekpanogi
for inciting violence.
on this
We're
whole
gonna take a
thing.
look at their crazy statements
Right,
today.
because the
We're
left
also
of
gonna have a broader
political
conversation about the
violence
difference between
stuff.
incitement of violence and hate speech, since somebody on the right seems to have gotten those two things mixed up. I'm looking at you, Pam Bondi. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, Pam Bondi said some shit too.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to be looking at Destiny and Hassan Piker, two people who I don't like to look at very often. Let's be honest. But I'm going to run you a clip that's going viral of Destiny and him speaking about conservatives and how conservatives should feel fear to espouse their views. Yeah.
See, this is what Shoe on Head and
events,
right,
so that they look to their leadership to
Sydney
turn down
Watson
the
have to deal
The
with
issue
in a
is right
sense.
now, they don't feel like there's
Right, these
any
types of
fear.
people.
Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games.
We need conservatives to feel afraid when going to events and when going to espouse their views so that they can turn to their leadership to turn down the temperature. So you guys want to turn up the temperature, and by turn up the temperature, he's literally saying make them feel afraid for their lives, okay? In order to get conservative leadership to tell conservatives to turn down the temperature, please make it make sense. And he's been brought on, I guess, Piers Morgan.
Oh yeah,
to
you should
talk about his
yeah.
beliefs, his
He
stance
went on the
everything that's
Piers
happening right
Morgan
now in
show.
the wake of the
Apparently, he
assassination of
had
Charlie Kirk.
a
He's been asked to condemn that
he had a
action.
school
He
debate.
wasn't capable of doing so.
Apparently, outside he was doing like a Charlie Kirk style school debate thing. And holy shit, they were
now, mind you,
chewing his.
never and will
They were
never say
chewing it
anything
now.
this crazy, like this absolutely insane.
They were calling him
on this
some
platform or any platform
some
ever,
interesting
because I'm not in the
names.
business of asking people to be violent. I'm not in the business of asking
All
people to
all the
make others
profanity.
scared and fearful for their own lives. So
Oh,
it's
shit.
very strange to hear
It was
this
fucking
said aloud,
hilarious.
but not at all surprising for somebody.
They literally
like
just had to
Destiny.
sit
I'll
there
remind
and
you all
take
that
it.
This is the guy that cheered on the death of that firefighter Corey Compertone at the Butler County, Pennsylvania Trump rally when a shooter went and took the life of that firefighter.
He was the one
So
who was
this
being
is
a
not,
fucking
again,
prick about it.
surprising from somebody like Destiny. Now, there have been calls to get him banned on his main platform, which is YouTube. As I said before, he's already been banned on Twitch as of 2022.
He just actually
So
got
I'm very curious if that's
he
gonna go
actually
through,
just
if YouTube
got
is gonna stand on business
demonetized
and
on
actually
YouTube
get rid of him
apparently
for that, because it does seem to be a
I think
clear-cut
today,
case of actually calling for violence
because of his
against
outbursts
But now we're gonna move on to
and
Hassan Piker,
comments.
because I guess, you know, birds of a feather flock together. Here's his clip.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers. And murder those
Ah,
motherfuckers
yes.
in the street. Let the streets. Let the streets.
The classic
soak in their
Hassan.
fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Okay. Okay. You're crazy. That's crazy. That's
Yeah, he
wild.
did do that.
Hearing it out loud.
You should
is one
see
thing. I
you should
read this
see him
first.
during
I read this
his
quote
red
first. It was
pill
about the
moments
ones
when
that
he
sort of,
talked about
infographic
women.
things that Hassan
Oh
Piker said,
boy.
and I thought, I just need to hear that said
The
before
dude was like a
before I
fucking
judge. Maybe I
womanizer
need to hear
massage
exactly
guy.
how it comes out of his mouth.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers. And murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
All right. 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 These people are crazy. This is crazy. Now,
Yeah,
he's going to go on to say this is hyperbolic.
as he lives off
I hope
capitalism, by the
so.
way.
I hope that's hyperbolic. He was on a recent, I guess, like news interview where he's asked to talk about these statements, and of course he attempts
he's
to
trying
defend
to
these
run
statements.
PR.
I'm going to
I mean,
run that for you so that you can hear it from the horse's mouth.
yeah, he
and see
keeps
how
writing
about
articles. He keeps going on. Keeps getting on.
Posting about
Keeps
you.
trying to write
Yes.
articles.
I don't know the context of these particular
narrative that he's
statements, but here's a
good
quote from
person.
you about landlords who don't want to rent out their
And
properties.
then now
You said,
there's people
kill
asking
them, murder them,
news
let
outlets.
the streets soak in their red capitalist blood. Doesn't that make you part of the problem with violent discourse?
This was in a conversation that I was having with a landlord friend of mine, and it's of course hyperbolic, and it's not meant to be sincere. This is not sincere advocacy. It's not a real policy that I would ever advocate for. And that's precisely the reason why when Republicans were desperately looking for any sort of incisive language that they could present, they went back to a very obvious instance of LARPing, an insincere statement.
Yes, LARPing.
That is
the person who goes around advocating for terrorist ideology and for the fall of America.
Language contribute to the atmosphere of violent, even
don't you 10 toes down support fucking Hamas and all those fucking terrorist organizations like Hezbollah and the Houthis?
Any
Yes.
of my beliefs whatsoever. In 2019 has led to any sort of real world violence whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how one would know that. You know what
Says the
really,
one who
like,
has their
surefire way
chat say
to
a
make
bunch
sure
of just
things
heinous
like
shit.
this don't happen is
I'm
you cannot
talking
say
about
them. That's
certain
one. Okay?
topics.
Secondly, if you're going to say them and you're going to claim that they're hyperbolic and insincere, you should probably follow up your statement by saying that was hyperbolic and totally insincere. That was completely hyperbolic and totally insincere. Just so everybody knows, I had a moment of weakness where I just decided to scream and shout and talk about killing and murdering people and soaking the streets with their blood.
Correct.
But that was insincere. But he didn't do that though. And the thing is, you guys let me know from a legal standpoint, do you get to just claim you're being hyperbolic and insincere when you said something like this?
Oh, it's just a joke, bro. Just a joke, bro. No, it's just a joke. No, don't worry. That's why I don't trust Hassan. That's why I don't trust Destiny either.
Being banned on a platform
right.
like Twitch, he is one
That's
of
why I
their
don't
biggest
trust.
creators.
I hate to
So
say
he's
it, even
making
Asmongold sometimes.
Tons of money.
Right.
He's a millionaire, of course.
Right. All these people do the same fucking.
So
it's just a joke,
I'm
bro.
assuming he's gotten
bro.
some sort of legal counsel, and they've told him this is how he's meant to respond to questions like this.
I mean, I hate
now,
to.
mind you, Hassan Piker was
fuck.
recently
Even
tasked with writing a
I hate
piece
to say,
about
even
political
Tectone.
violence for the New York Times
Even
in
Tectone
response
does
to this
that
whole Charlie
shit
Kirk
too. And it's just
assassination,
like, dude,
which
you
the New York
guys are
Times should have done a
fucking
little bit more
assholes.
research about his very
The
own
funny
speech
thing
before
is, like
asking him to do
they
that,
do it
because
with
this is not the
immunity
individual
too,
that I would go with.
because
In
they're
the wake of
on
Charlie Kirk being
top of the
assassinated,
world
as
with their
Hassan Piker
fucking
watched the
platform and
actual
viewership.
video of him being shot in the neck, Hassan Piker made some sort of just weak, superficial call for gun control. What is going on? Okay, so do these two individuals deserve repercussions for their clearly violent
No,
speech?
Destiny not so
Speech that
much
is
anymore
literally
because
calling
you're
for
getting
violence?
fucked up by
I would hope
YouTube
so.
now.
Now, is this tantamount to hate speech? No, and you know, I get so
Kick might
I don't
actually
know,
do
I get so
something
upset
about it too
people who want to
soon.
talk about
saying,
hate
right?
speech, hate
If
crimes, things of
Destiny
that nature.
keeps acting
because
up
who
the way he
decides what's
does.
hateful? There is a very clear distinction between speech that is calling for violence, speech that is
Also, he's
threatening,
been
speech
going
that is
downhill
inciting
ever
violence,
since he had
and
those
hate
issues
speech.
with his
Now, what
right
Destiny
his
and
wife
Hassan
and
have done
kid.
here is speech that is calling
Well,
for
his ex-wife
violence.
now.
They are literally
But
calling
yeah.
for violence. They deserve repercussions for having done that. And
Oh,
we'll
the fucker
see
had a
if
broken
Twitch
family.
or YouTube
And
circles back on
he's
any
the
of this and
unhinged
does
person
anything.
to fucking
But
probably
somebody who is
caused
getting
it.
this mixed up is AG Pam Bondi, the Attorney General Pam Bondi. She seems to not know the difference between hate speech and speech that incites violence or threatens. I'm going to run you a clip here of her speaking about it.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech.
And
yes. There is no place,
Pam
especially
Bondi's
now, especially
infamous
after what
clip.
happened to Charlie in our society.
Do you
Oh, I think Legal Mindset
more
even
law
did a
enforcement
little
going after these groups who are using hate speech
a
and
little
putting cuffs on
synopsis
people, so we show them that some
or
action
on this
is better than no action.
on
We
this
will
instant.
absolutely target you, go after you if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything, and that's across the aisle.
Okay, pause. Back it up like a Tonka truck. Okay, we need to rework what you just said. You're
Yeah,
gonna go
because
after
hate
people for
speech
hate
is
speech.
technically
And what does it
still
mean?
a little
Who
bit
defines
free
what hate speech
speech.
even is at this point?
Because hate
I
speech
think
would entail,
I
hey,
don't know
you're a
if she misspoke.
bitch,
Actually,
hey,
she's
you're
gonna
a
claim that she misspoke, and
you're
we're
an
gonna get
F
into her statement
slur,
right
hey,
after this.
fuck
But
off,
we
right,
need to be
stuff like
very
that.
clear that we are not going to be targeting people for hate speech. Okay, that is the work of an oppressive regime. That is the work of an
Correct.
authoritarian regime. You do not go
Correct.
after people for hate speech. People are allowed to share hateful rhetoric if that's what they
Correct.
want to do. It's not something that I would personally do in my own life, although I'm accused of hate speech all the time for talking
Correct.
about
You
my
could call
conservatively held
even
beliefs, talking about the
calling
trans movement,
people a
talking about different
retard is
aspects
in a
of
sense
the sort of
would be
culture war that
considered
we're
hate
currently
speech,
in
right?
right now in our
Because you're
society, and I don't do
disparaging
that
someone,
to be
yes.
hate speech. And there lies the problem with saying we are going to go after and target people for their use of hate speech. This should
Right.
never happen in a pluralistic society. So for Pam Bondi to say
Right.
that is very, very concerning. Okay, we should all have, the hairs on the back of our neck standing up. We should all have red flags and red lights flashing. Okay,
Yeah.
because we do not.
I mean, we
do
already
this.
have
And
red
she's come
flag
forward
laws, right? Do
and
we not in
clarified
certain
in this
states?
statement? Let's go ahead
So
and
if you
read
think
it.
someone's
It
doing
says,
something shady,
hate
you
speech
already
that
have
crosses the line
certain
into
laws in
threats
those
of
states,
violence
yes.
is not protected by the First Amendment. And already we are off on the wrong foot. She needs to rewrite this. She just needs to say speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected by the First Amendment.
Correct.
There's no
Threats
reason
of
to put hate
violence,
speech in there.
incitement
now you are
of
confusing
violence,
people, and then she
anything
seems
that
confused. And as somebody who is the
anything
sitting
that's
attorney general, you should
steps
not
into
be
that
confused about these
bound,
phrases. Okay, so
you have
messing up the
now
clarification as well.
right
She
broken
goes
the
on to
rule.
say,
Right,
it's a
you have
crime.
now
For
broken
far too long,
freedom of
we've watched the
speech.
radical left
Right.
normalize threats, calls
Because
for
now you're
assassinations, and share
advocating
on
or
political violence.
glorifying,
That era is
right,
over.
a
Now,
lawless
she cites
act,
some
in a
legal
sense, right.
measures here. She goes on to say you
A
cannot call for
criminal
someone's
act.
murder, you cannot swat a member of Congress, you cannot dox a conservative family,
Right,
and
you
think
can.
you will
I
be
mean,
brushed
people
off
are
as free
already
speech. These
doxing
acts are
people out the
punishable
fucking
crimes,
wazoo.
and every single threat
And
will be
nobody's
met
doing
with full
anything
force of the
about
law.
that
Free
bullshit.
speech protects ideas, debate, even dissent, but it does not and will never protect violence. It is clear this violent rhetoric is designed to silence others from voicing conservative ideals. We will never be silenced, not for our families, not for our freedoms, and never for Charlie. His legacy will
Right.
not be erased.
Oh,
by
also
fear
you
or
can blame
intimidation.
Cenk
And that's all
Uygur
good,
too.
fine, and well. But Pam, go to the beginning of your statement and
Fucking
get rid of
right.
the word hate. It's very easy.
Fucking
And yet, this
Cenk's
is not
nephew.
something that she should be
Fuck
confusing
yeah.
people with, and
Fucking
it sure as
Hassan.
hell should not be a stance that
Cenk
she's holding.
Uygur and
So
all
I
those
hope this is at its
fucking
very
right, the Young
worst
Turk fucking
a matter of
retards
confusion. Because if it's anything worse
who
than that,
eat
she
their
actually
own.
believes that we should be going
Right?
after
If you really think
targeting
about it, the
people for
Democrat
hate
Party
speech,
eats their
we're gonna
own.
have a really big
You
problem.
could say
And
the
no harm
Republican
calling out somebody
Party
who's
kind of
labeling
do the
themselves as a
same
conservative
thing,
who
but
is using
not as
this
much.
rhetoric, because this is all out wrong.
Right.
Okay, now
And
that's
then you
kind of
have right, and then you have the
in the
infighting
case
between
of
right the
Hassan
parties.
and Destiny. Okay,
So
we
you
are
you got
looking at
you got a
calls
lot
for
of
violence.
infighting.
Conservatives should feel fear when going to events. They should feel afraid for their lives, is essentially what he's saying. Hassan is saying literally kill them, murder them, soak the streets in their blood. These are calls for violence. These are not pieces of hate speech, for I do not even believe in hate speech. It is of the utmost importance
I mean,
that we
should
draw
we
these
play that
distinctions
clip
and that we
of
know
him
how to
saying all
analyze
that?
speech and place it into its respective categories
Have it
before
on.
we are going after people and calling for them to be fired, calling for them to be banned from certain platforms, calling for them to be prosecuted by our court system. It is very important that we are clear in both our messaging and our follow through when it comes to these topics and the legality of these topics as well. So in the case of Hassan and Destiny, yeah, it looks like repercussions are necessary for the speech that they've shared. But am I going after them for hate speech? Absolutely not. And Pam, please, maybe we run it back and get a third statement out. A third time's the charm on the whole hate speech versus calls.
Yeah, this is why Pam Bondi need.
guys.
Yeah,
Those are
I
my
think
thoughts.
what happens
Scary
is
world we're
Pam
living in.
Bondi gets way
Scary
too
because of
emotional
people like Hassan and
sometimes,
Destiny, who are allowed
and
to just
she's
sort of
not
frivolously say
thinking
these things on the
straight.
internet,
So it's like,
and really not
yeah,
acknowledge
she
the
shoots
impact that they're
herself in
having
the
on
foot, right?
their audiences, who
And
are
then
often
she
young,
could have
malleable
easily
minds who
fixed this
aren't ready
situation
to
if you
be
said right,
silenced or ready
right,
to share justice violence
minor
speech. That's the
changes,
speech
really.
that they've shared in their videos, and concerning because of people like Pam Bondi, who seem to have a little bit of confusion about hate speech
Correct.
versus calls for violence. And if you are
Correct.
sitting as an attorney general, you should not be confused about that whatsoever. Anyways, drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know how you feel, guys. As always, if you disagree with anything I said in this video, do get out, but do so respectfully. I encourage healthy debate in the comments. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Oh, there you have it. Amala Ekpanobi, if you want to check her out. And with that, I will leave it with just this horrible, horrible ending.
I'm sick and tired of it.
This is what we have to deal with from
liberals,
the Democrat Party,
you need
basically.
to be fucking showing your
or the
opponents'
Democrat side, or the
guts
socialist
on there,
Marxist
okay?
side,
You need to be
right?
gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this? You cannot have a bigger fucking layup. You could not have had a bigger fucking layup than a horrible candidate like Herschel Walker. Sure, he was prepared very well. And Herschel Walker actually had a good
thing we do need to make sure we do, we got to keep attracting younger viewers that, grow up on TikTok, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be.
3, it's like all here. Now this guy is down. He's dead. These guys are like
and fatally wounded.
They're not even running. They're not even like cowering and running away and screaming in fear. There's like, okay, well, they did it. We got our shots. Okay, is this guy done? Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
It's called shock, you fucking idiots. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in
I'm
Florida,
sorry,
I
Mike.
have an
Mike
opportunity
from
for
PA
you. If you
is
wanna earn
you shouldn't
$100,000,
believe
let me
anything
know.
from Mike what Mike
Jesus
from PA
fucking
says.
Christ.
This dude
Flags, we can
touched
put that over the bleeding part.
this
assuming he got
dude
shot in the
basically
back.
assault.
And then
I don't
this guy.
he couldn't keep his hands to himself.
Bellevue Drive, and
He
I'm gonna
like
kill
almost
you with
molested
my
a woman.
AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill
as a
them.
result.
Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets.
Here's the
let
clip
the streets
that you.
soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
As you can see, that's all the crazy shit Hassan was saying. But yeah, that's what we have to deal with, right? Hassan gets to spout his bullshit rhetoric, just like all the dumb fucking Democrats do, while they try to disarm you and do whatever they can to basically leave you for dead, in a sense, while you still try to fight for your rights, right? There you have it.